Hey, you guys, welcome back. I'm so glad you're here. Today, we're going to be talking about how to be in the present moment. As always, if you absolutely love this, make sure you check out my podcast on Spotify, Better Than Yesterday. Comment any questions on here or on my podcast that you may have. And as you know, I always film here on the YouTube stream as well as my Spotify podcast because I just want to get the information out so it can help you be the best version of yourself. So, in any way that you love streaming and watching this, I'm happy that you are. So, here we go. Hey, you guys, welcome back to the Better Than Yesterday podcast. This is Jayla and Baby, and we just hit episode 40. Woo! And today we're going to be talking about how to be in the present moment. Now, I really wanted to talk about this because I feel like a lot of people struggle with this, especially now that we have more advanced technology sources, whether it's TV, our iPhones, tablets, and now even especially in restaurants. I know at IHOP for me, we have tablets to take orders, and there's just a lot more social media and technology that is very dependent on our everyday life and staying connected and staying up to date. So I think it's very important to know these tactics to be in the present moment to help you be more mindful. So let's start off with what we always do. What does it mean to be in the present moment? What does that mean? So it means being aware of what's happening in the here and now. So being present and acknowledging what is happening here and now, and learning to develop the acceptance of the present moment. So, not hyperfixating on the past or too much on the future, but just being here and now, right now, and accepting it. And rather than questioning it and trying to change it. So we're just accepting it, taking it in for what it's worth, and knowing that there's no better place or better timing or better anything to be than right now. Stop being so excited or anxious for the future or stressed and sad and, unforgiving of the past. Like, just live in the now and accept it and understand that whatever's happened in the past has happened. Whatever embarrassment, whatever sadness, whatever mistakes you've made, learning to let it go and move on. Because the stuff that's happened in the past has helped us form into who we are today. So without it, we wouldn't have the knowledge, as we always talk about, as we do now because of what has happened in the past. Now, from an article that I found by Ronald Purser, who is a professor of management at San Francisco State University. He pulled from the book Mindfulness. He titled this article The Myth of the Present Moment, and he shared some really powerful insight that I pulled. So I'm going to share it here with you guys that I absolutely loved. So he basically states that reality is what is found in the present moment. So the present moment is a concept to not get caught up in the near future. So stop dwelling on the past and fixating too much on the future hopes. So we need to be in the present moment all of the time. Because when we're too fixated on the future and not enjoying the moment, that means whatever goals that we're setting, which is totally fine. And I'm not going to lie, I struggle with this. This is why I thought it'd be so fun to research and know more about the present moment because I personally struggle with it too. And that is okay. As I always say, first step is always being aware, right? But the thing is if we don't learn to be in the present moment and we are just hyper fixated on the future and the future goals and the future outcomes and the future this and what if that and how about this and whatever, then the minute that we get to that future goal, are we going to be in the present moment? No. We will not be in the present moment because All our life, we've been always focused on the next thing over and over and over and over again. We're never living fully in the moment. So by the time that we get to that future goal or that future life or that future scenario, we are not going to be enjoying it and living it in it for what it's worth, for all that hard work that we put in to that future moment. We're not going to be present with the people we love, the things that we've got, the goals and the riches and the joy, and we're not going to be living in it because all of the habits that we have built was fixating on the future or fixating on the past. You're always thinking the next thing. You're always focused on anything else but the now. And that is huge. It's important to think that way because you don't want to get to the end of your life and look back and be like, wow, I was hanging out with this person and all I was thinking about was my future. And all I was thinking about was the next thing. And all I was thinking about was I don't have enough time, or I don't have enough this, or I need to get this done. I was never focused on right now and enjoying the time with the people that I had around me. We need to do that. And like I said, I struggle with this too. I'm not going to sit here and preach it like I don't struggle with it. I struggle with living in the present moment. I really do. But I have come a long way. Like I was talking with a coworker, and she actually brought it up to me. She was like, so you always talk about, and I love it, Jayla, but you always talk about being better than yesterday. But how do you live in the moment then? Do you live in the moment? And I looked at her and I'm like, I don't. I don't live in the moment as much as I could. But then I explained to her the concept of better than yesterday is understanding and being in the present moment, but taking that 1 inch closer to being better than whatever happened yesterday. And doing a little thing every day, 365 days a year, you will be 365% better than you were last year. So it's not necessarily not focusing on right now, but acknowledging being present with yourself as you are now and being better than whatever happened yesterday and moving past it. But when she questioned me in that way, I loved it because it made me analyze myself. I am not in the present moment, but I've known. But the thing is I've grown a lot, but I can grow more, right? I used to schedule my hour by hour, my minute by minute in my day. I would plan out, I would write out 4 different pages of schedules, and I would test each one to see which one was the best for me. Anytime my mom asked me for help with something or to do something or to hang out, I was like, I need to schedule that for next week, Mom. I don't have time today. I'm sorry. And she had to sit me down and tell me, Jayla, I understand that you have a schedule, but you need to be more flexible, honey. And when she sat me down and she told me she felt like I wasn't giving her the time of day, that's when it clicked for me. I need to prioritize my family, myself, my friends, my education, my job. There's a lot of things I need to focus on rather than just my future goals. I need to find a balance. So I'm actively working on it. I don't schedule my hour, my minute, but I do have a to-do list. And sometimes I get too deep in it. And if I don't finish it or get it done, I freak out about it and I fixate over it. I hyperfixate over it, actually. That's okay because I'm aware of it and I'm actively working on it. And I tell the people around me who care about me, when you notice that I'm doing this, please call me out so I can become aware if I'm not already. So just being aware of that is huge. So you can practice and learn and be better. Also, Ronald also talked about how they also use being mindful and present. It's used in many practices to help people with eating disorders, to help people with substance and drug abuse, mental struggles, etc. So breathing techniques, meditation is huge in this. I meditate at least 5 minutes a day, whether it's right when I wake up or before bed, and it's helped my anxiety a lot. And that's only 5 minutes a day. Only 5. That's crazy. 5 minutes a day? Like, come on. We can all find 5 minutes a day to be mindful. Now, overall, understanding that there's no better time than right now is huge, that there's no better place you could be. You are meant to be where you're supposed to be right now, and there's nowhere that you need to go. And keep telling yourself that when you keep your mind keeps jumping or skipping a beat to the next thing or the next occasion or the next event. I do that a lot. I'll often plan, sometimes I'll over plan and I burn myself out, but I'll over plan with friends and family. Like, okay, well, at 12, I need to do this, and at 8 a.m., I have to do this, but then I have to be somewhere at 12. I have to have time to get ready. And all I'm thinking about is that next event because I overscheduled. So it's very important to slow down, don't overbook your week so you can enjoy time with your family, friends, and loved ones and give them your full, undivided attention and love because that's all they want from you. Your love, attention, and that's how they're going to remember you, right? The memories, the attention, the conversations that we have with people. So make sure that you're present for that and stop focusing on the next thing. Like, if you're always constantly focused on the next thing, you're never going to enjoy the life that you're building. And also, positivepsychology.com. I got this from Courtney Ackerman. She wrote an article, a blog, if you will, How to Live in the Moment. And she was talking about how it can be hard to live in the now because of social media, right? All the notifications, the messages, the dings, the reminders, the alarms, the emails, the alerts. We are constantly reminded of what we need to do next, where we have to go, the appointment that we have, the email, that we need to respond to this, we need to send out this email. So we are almost trained over and over again to respond to this, to be there for that, to not forget this. So our mind is all over the place. So it's very important. At least for iPhone, I know, there's a do not disturb feature I use a lot. My friends get annoyed, but because I'm on social media a lot, I post a lot on social media, I need to find a way to detach because I need to find that balance. So I detach by putting that do not disturb on, and it helps me tremendously. So maybe look into that too. Having downtime from your phone is huge because it can be hard to live in the now because of all of that. So we need to learn to detach from phones when needed. Also, Courtney talked about focusing on single tasking is huge. We are so used to multitasking because of our phones and our computers and the tabs that she said single tasking is a great way to be in the present moment. If we're doing something on our computers, leaving one tab open, not multiple, because it will just cause us to bounce, having that do not disturb feature on possibly, or setting our phone far away, things like that are very helpful. Also, she talks about not focusing on the past and the future too much. Like I said about hyperfixating, she said to not, if we are thinking about the past and future, to focus on it in a low anxiety type of way. So if we catch ourselves thinking about the past too much, and we start to get anxiety or spiral into this overthinking type of way, then we need to relax. Because if we overthink about the past and overthink about the future, we're not living in the now. But we can learn and teach ourselves ways to think about the past and to think about the future in low anxiety ways. When we talk about it freely without any type of anxiety or dwelling or sadness, we need to learn to let things go and understand that what happened was supposed to happen for us to be who we are so we can be the best version of our future self. Now, how can we even do this? Stop worrying about the future and stop worrying about the past because you're in this present moment. The present moment is beautiful. This is the life you're living. There's no other time but right now. We are living day by day right now. Be there. Be here. Be in the now with the people that you love. Be the best you that you can be for the people that you can love, but not just for the people that you love, but for you. You always need to do it for you. And understanding to be unself-conscious, which means to stop doing things to impress other people or to get other people to like you or to get other people to accept you. Stop being unself-conscious. Do it for yourself. Do things for you. Stop doing it to please others. Stop doing it to impress others. Stop doing it to whatever. Stop trying to do all this stuff. Stop worrying about what others think. And just, oops, sorry, I just hit my mic on this thing. Stop worrying about that and focus on you. Stop worrying about the future and just embrace the present because it's huge. We need to embrace the present. So I hope this helped you in whatever way it may. If you absolutely love this episode, please leave a rating and review. I really do appreciate it because the more ratings and reviews that I get, the more outreach it is given for other people. So thank you guys so much for listening to this. And as always, remember to be 1% better than you were yesterday. Have a great day. Thank you guys. Have a great day. Take care.